All right, everybody, as you probably know at this point, we are a week behind, but that is because, like I always say, new comics keep sneaking up on me. The first week of the month always keeps sneaking up on me. But I feel like it would be horrible to not address last week of comics, because it was probably one of the more hyped weeks in general. We had the Swamp Thing #1, which I'm not going to be reporting on a lot of Marvel and DC because, quite frankly, we're getting to the point where I don't really care about most of it. It is worth noting that Batman had a cameo in it. I think they've got to a point where they start... Yeah, okay, so I will give League of Comic Geeks credit because I always use their site for this. I think it's just the easiest website. If you guys know a better website, feel free to recommend it. But in the meantime, first appearance cameo of Molly as Miracle Molly. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, Miracle Molly. First cameo. I went ahead and bought this on the Epicos Live, so I don't technically have it in my possession yet. But, why not, right? Demon Days, X-Men. I don't know what this is, but there is at least an Art Germ variant of it. They did do a trade dress as well. Just pointing this out because it's Ross, or Art Germ, I should say. Ross is coming up. Just wait. King in Black kept going. Nocterra #1. So 10 years after the world is plunged into everlasting night that turns all living creatures into monstrous shades, the only way to survive is to stay close enough to the artificial light. Enter Valentina Riggs, a skilled ferryman who transports people and goods along deadly unlit roads with her heavily illuminated 18-wheeler. It's Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel. Yeah, I picked this up again. I actually do own this because I was able to get this from Battlegrounds. Can't wait to read it. BRZRKR 1, I picked this up on the Epicos Live, so I don't technically own it yet. But Keanu Reeves decided he was going to write a comic book. I don't know how good it'll be. I don't really know if it's up my alley or not, but Keanu Reeves wrote a comic book. So, from the iconic Keanu Reeves in his must-read comic book writing debut. We all know when Gerard Way created Umbrella Academy, right? So maybe this is that, maybe not, but geez, that's one I can't wait to read issue 1 just to see what it's like. Let's see if it was Avengers. Yeah, Alex Ross timeless variant for The Vision. How cool is that? And most of Ross's stuff stays cover price, which is pretty cool. Outside of that, Star Wars High Republic stuff kept rolling along, which is pretty cool. American Chavez, made in the USA. Admittedly, I don't know what this is, so I did not pick it up. But it is a #1 from Marvel. Plot continues. Unearth continues. Dead Dog's Bite #1. I don't think we picked this up, so maybe that's something you're into. You can pause it and read the description of any of these books. Feel free. I load it so that you guys can read it on your own time. Here we go. Undone by Blood or The Other Side of Eden. This one looks like it's going to be a Western maybe, so I'm kind of curious. But we bought a lot of books, more than I was planning. So again, if this looks something interesting to you, go ahead, pause it, read it, and you can resume after you're done reading. Were those the big #1s? A lot of #1s. Somehow Jessica didn't see this. I know she didn't, or she would have asked me to order it. So Marvel Action Captain Marvel #1, and it's got Spider-Gwen on it. I don't want to miss anything because it was a pretty big week. A lot of indie #1s. That looks like everything. Okay, so this is the week that's about to be in front of us. Definitely going to be picking up Daredevil. Joker #1, probably interested in that. Jessica's probably going to pick up Eternals and Strange Academy. Children of the Atom, I've not heard of this. When did the X-Men get sidekicks? Don't miss the debut of the greatest teenage superhero team of all time. Doesn't really appeal to me. Also doesn't look like this is technically a first appearance. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe I'll add in post if I don't forget. Non-stop Spider-Man #1. What is this? I haven't even had time to look ahead at the comics. Buckle up, Tiger. Get ready for the most action-packed, pulse-pounding, adrenaline-pumping comic of all time. As the name implies, once you read page 1, panel 1, Spider-Man does not stop. A mystery at Empire State University thrusts Spider-Man into an adventure that starts in uptown Manhattan and will take him around the world. Okay. This is something like if Epicos did on sale for like $2. Looks like it's going to be $5. Pardon the dogs. So if Epicos did that on sale, I don't know. Sometimes they get sales, so it allows them to put comics on sales, you know. Mighty Morphin, gonna be picking that up for sure. Homesick Pilots, I think, was a book that interested Jessica and myself, but we never pulled the trigger on it. So I'm not sure we're gonna be jumping in on issue 4. Let me close out of a lot of these tabs. We won't be needing those. Proctor Valley Road. Perfect for fans of Paper Girls and Die. Grant Morrison, interesting. Visionary writer Grant Morrison, Alex Child, and Naomi Franquez? I don't know. Probably mispronouncing that. Venquiz. Oh well. Presents a chilling new horror series about the mysterious monsters that haunt Proctor Valley Road and the 4 misfit teenagers who must stop them. Okay. So if you're into horror, or Grant Morrison, Carmen, what is it with spooky comics? Like it's March. The best known for his ongoing extensive work with DC Comics on Batman, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn. Okay. I'm unfamiliar with the name, but I guess he's working with DC. Here he takes up his pen for an edgy new 5-part series about a highly unconventional angel named Carmen and the young woman she takes under her wing when a case of heartbreak strikes hard. Maybe it's not a spooky book, but it looked kind of spooky. Manic of New York, Black Hammer Visions. Honestly, I don't remember those comics from last month. Luna, another comic I don't remember from last month. Blade Runner Origins. They've been doing a lot of Blade Runner comic stuff. Thor and Loki, Double Trouble. Again, this looks like if it was a comic on sale or I saw it in a dollar bin. Kind of looks like it's geared more towards kids, maybe. Fan favorite team that brought you Spider-Man and Venom Double Trouble. Okay. Well, if you know about that, then maybe you'll like that. Knock 'em Dead #4. Not that I know most of this stuff. Alright, Nottingham #1. In this twisted medieval noir, the sheriff of Nottingham hunts a serial killer with a penchant for tax collectors. The sheriff's investigation makes him the target of England's most nefarious power brokers. That's to say nothing of the merry men, terrorists lurking among the trees of Sherwood. I don't know, maybe that's something you're into. The Wrong Earth. Children of the Grave. Death by Life. I try to highlight #1s of indie books as we go along. And if they, have caught my attention, we'll dive more into future issues. The long angelic wars are over, but Death has been allowed to keep his powers to do his job. Well, good for you, Death. Though under the watchful eye of the Archangel Meridia. However, with empathy and other moral values at an all-time low, Death finds himself actually bored and fed up with his work. Then an event occurs that causes Death to feel something new to him. The touch of the living. The ramifications could shake the very foundation of existence. Interesting. Paranormal Hitman. Let's see. Lady Freedom and Book of Lyaxia. The Edge #1. Wild Bill and Chipper. Infected by the super steroid The Edge, Revenant is on a rampage to eliminate Richard Tartable. Can the strike team placed between them stop Revenant? I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what any of that means. Alright, moving on. Flash and Nightwing, I guess they're back. I guess DC's not canceling things. I really don't know. Thor. Pumped for that. I actually don't know if I read Thor 12. I'm sure I did, but jeez. Feels like forever since Thor came out. Radiant Black number 2. Let's see. Any good number 1s? Anything that catches our eye? Ultra Mega? Is this like Ultraman, or? A cosmic plague is spread, transforming everyday people into violent, monstrous kaiju. Only the Ultra Mega, 3 individuals imbued with incredible power, hold the line against this madness. Their battles level cities and leave untold horror in their wake. Now the final reckoning approaches for the Ultra Mega, but is this a war they can even win? Fight monsters and stand with humanity in this skybound original from the greatest artist of his generation. Dang, that's some praise right there. Each issue is extra size, 60 pages. The high-impact adventures of Extremity, but with kaiju-esque monster action scenes of Pacific Rim. This sounds awesome, but it's $8. That's a lot for a comic. That's a lot. Erratic, like we own Erratic 1 through 3. We haven't really picked them up. Ultraman, The Trials of Ultraman. I guess they're bringing Ultraman back. Seems interesting unless they're doing something more with Ultraman. Like, I don't know. Anything else catching our eyes? Eros and Psyche. Interesting. Vietnam horror, if you're looking maybe for some war genre. This kind of actually looks like a quiet week. Yeah, this is like maybe not a super quiet week. So, Thor, Radiant Black for me. Jessica's going to get Walking Dead Deluxe. That's kind of a quiet week. I don't know how I feel about dropping $8 for Ultra Mega. It looks like Ultraman. Like, maybe that's part of it. I don't know. How many days? Is this a 31 day? It is, so we're going to get 5 of them Wednesdays. Okay. Nothing's really catching my eyes so far. Unless you're just already reading this stuff. Like ASM, Batman White Knight, Once and Future. If you're already reading that stuff, then cool. Teen Titans Academy. There we go. I was wondering when that comes out. Sweet. Power Rangers. I don't know if Jessica's getting anything. She may get Stray Dogs too. She's still got to read number 1. We did pick up Stray Dog 1. There's a Year 0. I feel like there's been less number 1s as the month's gone on. There's a best of TMNT. Dungeons and Dragons. We got Frank at Home on the Farm number 1, but we haven't read it yet. Black Beacon. Here we go. Here's a number. Well, there's 2 number 1s back to back. Let's check them out. There's an intergalactic space station out there bigger than our solar system that wants everyone to come along and meet up. The beacon made it sound like a utopia, but what Nico finds upon her arrival is a lawless expansion where everyone is out for themselves, and she's so late she doesn't even have to sit at the table. A story of survival, truth, experience lies in front of Nico if she can figure out who to trust and what to do before the secret of her journey catches up with her. A sci-fi tale about inability in... That's not inequity, is it? And inattention to detail. Huh. That's going to present some of the biggest ideas and weirdest landscapes of 2020. I wonder if this book got delayed. I wonder if it was supposed to come out in October. I don't really know how that works yet. But it's just a $3 book, so maybe. Alright, Rabid World number 1. It was like any other morning until it wasn't. Growing from the rural areas, it was simple dog bite. But at the end of the day, civilization was collapsing. The outbreak left people rabid, devoid of their humanity, left only with a violent rage. When an outbreak of rabies-like virus devastates the world, it's a fight for survival in a world gone mad. Two couples set off on a disparate courses. One for survival and one to save the world. Will a vaccine be found? Will the survivors make it to a safe place to hole up? Interesting sounding. I don't really like the cover art. I don't know if that bodes well for the interior art or not. Okay. Both of those get a maybe from me. That's it for this week. Not a whole lot catching my attention. We do get Power Rangers and Teen Titans Academy, so trust me, this is a very big week for me. But mostly just from those two. Last week of the month, Crossovers 5. Crossover, it may be the best thing I'm reading right now. I don't know. I'll talk about Crossover later, so I don't spend this whole thing gushing about Crossover. Decorum. I want to get back into Decorum. Whoa. I knew that was coming, but I forgot about it because it's been so darn long. King in Black, Ghost Rider number 1. I will not be reading the little description. I will just buy it and read it. It's been a long time since I've had something Ghost Rider to read. Avengers, Curse of the Man Thing. Two Moons. I'm really lacking number 1s as we've gone down the stretch. I can't believe Witcher's already up to 4. I bought number 1. I Breathe the Body. I don't think we ended up buying that number 1. But it kind of looks interesting. Power Rangers Unlimited. Heir to Darkness. What? I didn't even know that was a thing. Engine Ward has looked cool. I may try to pick it up later. But right now I haven't dove in. Edgar Allan Poe. Dead End Kids. Yeah. There's some more Marvel action. Witchblood number 1. Witchblood? Let's check it out. Lick the blood of your lips. The next arc of Vampire the Masquerade is here. Didn't read that. After learning a disturbing fact about her fake child's past, Cecilia must keep her secrets close and Allie at arm's length. As she searches the streets of the Twin Cities for answers, a terrifying possibility surfaces. Perhaps Allie has learned the masquerade better than Cecilia herself. I'm a little out of the loop on that one. Dragon Age and Van Helsing. These number 1s are like spin-offs of other stuff. Destiny New York. Logan grew up in boarding school for children with magical prophecies, but she fulfilled her destiny so young that she's now having a midlife crisis despite being in her 20s. When she falls for the estranged daughter of a mythical crime family, Logan's new love puts the entire school in jeopardy. A grounded story about the magic of young adulthood, star-crossed modern romance, delayed coming of age, and finding your place in a world too busy to notice you. Okay. An incredible limited edition cover. It's exuberantly youthful and achingly heartfelt ongoing series. Feels like Strangers in Paradise. Wonder why. Set in magical New York City, featuring characters that will stick with you long after finishing this double-sized first issue. Okay, that sounds interesting. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Could be good, could be bad, but at least it sounds interesting. Biden's Titans. What? Interesting. So we had one for Trump. I don't remember what it was called now. Grim Fairy Tales and Lady Death, each getting a new number 1. I thought that was Yoda. And then it looks like some anime looking books. So if you can go back and get Nocterra and BRZRKR, those are probably the hot books of the month. You guys let me know. Also, I'm thrilled for Teen Titans Academy. So those are the 3 books that I'm looking out for. Surely some other books too, but golly, we had 5 weeks of comics to discuss, so I've kind of forgotten some of them, but we went over them. So let me know what you guys are interested in. Let me know what you guys are reading. I can't believe Strange Adventures is still going on. That, like, I think it's a 12-part series, but it feels like it's been going on for a while. All right, that's gonna do it for me. I can't believe there's still Future State too. Wow. All right, Silk #1. Almost didn't see that. Interesting. All right, well, that does it for me. Let me know what you guys are reading, what I should be on the lookout for, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.